Hello Targar friends, hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Orc Mode workout, and today was max effort squat day. And just a reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please click like down below, help keep the likes higher than the dislikes, only you can do that. So please reach down there and do that, I would appreciate it greatly. Just click the button, it's not that hard, thank you. So, over to the lifting. Today I decided to do the deep 11-inch box squat with the safety squat bar. Now, for some people who are confused with the weights, just like some of my other bars, this is not a 45-pound bar. This bar, you go check TDS's website, is 65 pounds. So that's why this would be 425 instead of 405, and then so on and so forth. This was hard. This was humbling. And anyone who's ever used a safety squat bar for heavy work knows exactly what I'm talking about. Doing this on a deep box, an 11-inch box, is literally 100 pounds less than my max squat. And this was a true max today. Right, you guys can watch me strain on this. The 445 off of this deep box with the safety bar, this was my max. I think if I went 10 pounds heavier, I would miss. Look at that grind. Look at the grind. Trying to stay upright. It's hard. But that's good. We see where all the weak links are. Now, in this case, someone had already said, I bet your quads are... Well, the quads did feel a lot of work. Not as much as my whole upper back. Upper back, definitely an issue there. My quads are going to continue to get plenty of work, though, because my speed days are going to be very, very heavy on quads as far as my actual lifts go. So at this point in the game, I'm just trying to build my whole posterior chain, all my erectors, my back, everything else. Fortunately, anytime I need my quads to grow more, I can do it easily. Now, a reminder for those who chime in, I did start a calorie deficit today. This is where we give honesty. My scale weight has drifted up. As of yesterday, I broke 230 on the scale. So I'm up to 230. And I've been trying to, the goal was to be 220 or so, and it slowly drifted up a little bit this year. And I think if you guys go back and you look at the start of October, don't look at videos, look at the training vlogs because they're dated. Those were literally filmed on the same day that's in the thing. Look at early October. Look at like October 7th, the bench day. Look at the thumbnail alone. Okay, 12 pounds lighter there. It was like 218, according to my records. 218. So versus 230. I mean, I've gained body fat. I've gained muscle. I mean, I've gained strength. My squat has gone up considerably since then. Deadlifts have gone up. I mean, we've gained strength. We've gained muscle, but I'm going to start working it back down. And the beauty of it is that I'm not really going to lose any of a lot of the anabolic effect of my diet, because my diet's been really high fat. All I'm going to do is just cut over to lower fat versions of the same foods I'm eating. It's an easy 1,000 calories gone. Easy. While getting the same protein, same carbs, more or less, so easy enough. We do that for a little while. Again, will give me the same training fuel for carbs, the same protein for muscle retention. My protein's going to be quite high. I'm trying to hit about 300 grams a day. And I'll start trimming some body fat down, and I'm going to train hard. I'm going to try to continue to gain strength while doing that. Now, I'm not going to lose rapidly. It may look like at some points in here like I dropped quite a bit at one week or another. But I think that's normal. I'm going to try to continue to get stronger, right? We try to continue to get stronger, try to make gains. But I need to trim down a little bit. And it's just for my overall health and to not have to cut weight for meets and stuff later unless I decide to go to a lower weight class, which I don't know about that. But I really need to fill out the 220. So that means I need to be lean. I need to be as lean and as big as possible for my class later. And it is what it is. Same token, I'm still having idiots come in who've watched the vlogs, and I saw a normal poster today. It's like, why do you look so terrible? And it's a guy who's been a poster for over a year, so I just banned him. It's kind of like, if you're going to be checking out other dudes' bodies, I don't know that this is the right channel for you. And I'm not like a hater in that regard, but still, man. Yeah, go take that somewhere else, dude. You can go hang out on some manorexic twink channel. We're about getting big and strong here. But by that same token, yeah, I do need to get leaner again. I need to probably... I hate to throw numbers out because then people try to stick that to you. Loose goal, I probably should consider going as low as 215. Okay, so about 15 pounds. Realistically, because that would give me wiggle room to gain muscle again. Probably realistic. I'll see how it all goes, though. Not going to be set in stone. So, back over to the training. We did 5-pound jump on these. So, I did 175 when I went up to sets of 10, because I've been doing 15s. These were pretty tough with this weight. So, today I went to 180. And I'll probably do 180 again next time. Glute ham raises were tough today, especially on that other setting, and I'm still trying to get that pad. I'm still trying to get that replacement pad. I've just got it strapped down just to make sure. I'll check back in later and see if they have any in stock. They didn't last time I checked. But I got 11 on the first one, but one of these I only got 8, and I managed to squeeze out 10 again on the last one. But these just beat my hamstrings up, and it's because you feel the hamstrings so different than on some of the other movements. You know, it's so different. And I feel it really right by the knee on the back end and on kind of the outer edge there. I forget the exact name of that specific head. But I feel that there's so much more than any other hamstring exercise. And that area almost cramps and hurts when I try to do the rows afterwards. But we got our 5 sets of this. And I think, obviously, if I lose a little body weight, they'll probably get a little easier. And if I gain hamstring muscle, they'll get easier. And then I'll need to eventually start adding bands back over, because I don't really want to go to a harder setting than this, because this is already hard to get up there. Like, I can't really put my leg in between the things because it's so close to the pads now. So it's on almost the hardest setting. So it's mainly, it would be awkward to get up and down. And it's enough now really, really solid hamstring work that I need to add plates or bands if I get stronger. But we'll just do reps. I mean, realistically, until I can get 12 to 15 reps consistently, there's no point in trying to add weight. It lights my hamstrings up now. We're going to do this on max effort days, get the extra hamstring work. We don't do it on speed day because we don't need it. There's so much other posterior chain work between the speed squats and speed sumos. But here's where we really, really need to add it, because I can do the good mornings and the reverse hypers and everything on the other day. I can do them both days. But I really need to make sure I get that hamstring work in here. And this really does it. Again, lights my hamstrings up. And we know why. I've done videos on this. This creates a unique effect I'm not getting from the other lifts. Now, realistically, combine this with the good morning, and I've got a hell of a hamstring movement. Now, I don't feel my hamstrings as much, though, with the safety bar. And I do want to make that note. I do not feel my hamstrings as much as I do with a straight bar. And it's because it works so much more T-spine. But I need the T-spine. I need my upper back. That's one reason I'm doing my speed work with the safety bar for my speed squats. That's why I tested it today. And I mean, the strength disparity is pretty big. Because off that same box, I can do 502 with a normal box squat with a straight bar. Right, I've done 502. So we're talking about almost 60 pounds difference with that bar. Which, I mean, isn't unreasonable because it is far more difficult, but that is a lot. It's a lot. Now, some people say, Jason, I thought you could box squat more than 500 on a 12-inch box, not an 11-inch box. I've done 522 on a 12-inch box. That 11-inch box, 502, was an all-out max when I tested it. So we need the upper back work there. So that means I definitely have to get these in at least once a week, because I need to make sure I get the extra hamstring work, because I'm losing a little bit of the hamstring with the safety bar. And hamstrings are potentially a weak link for me on the deadlift. But we know the T-spine needs to come up. We know it'll improve my squats, potentially my deadlifts. And again, all the safety bar work will improve my deadlifts also. Doing my speed work with it will improve deadlifts. So again, we're going to make everything come up. And obviously these 2 days are dedicated to squat and deadlift. We don't care about bench. Bench gets its own 2 days every week. My bench needs the most work, so it gets the most specialization, which means 50% of my training every week is geared towards a bench press. The other half is geared towards a squat and the deadlift. And now obviously we care about all-around strength. Some people look at that and realize, but how can you say you care about those, but then you do all these other lifts? It's like, exactly, because they carry over to them. We care about being all around strong on this system. You want to hit maxes on 30 different exercises. You need to be strong at 30 different movements. But everything needs to be able to translate back to the lifts that matter the most for you. Did my axial bar rows. I'm going to have to leave these consistent. Increasing weight on these is just not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. because again, dealing with the grip and everything else, that's another reason I do a different back exercise to make sure my upper back gets more work in rear delts on bench day. Because this, again, I'm very limited using it with the Axial bar. And it definitely still lights my back up. I feel my back tremendously. I get a lot of work. I get the isometrics in the posterior chain also. Especially after doing the glute ham raises. Hamstrings are so pumped after doing that it really pulls them tight. But because of the Axial bar, I do need to make sure I get the other rows in, just to be sure for the back development. Because again, we're forced to use a little bit lighter of a weight, but this is one of my main grip training tools. This has done wonders for my grip. You know, I mean, I do other grip stuff. I advocate doing other grip stuff, but man, if you're dealing with potential grip issues, Axial bar work like this, even if you just do rows, will improve your grip tremendously. It's worked very well for mine, and I cannot recommend it enough. Cannot recommend it enough. It's probably going to be a staple in my training forever, especially now that I own one. But again, I managed to do pretty good with grip on these today, so grip held pretty solid, and I've just got to remember to squeeze that bar super, super tight, because if I get any looseness in my grip, it'll tend to roll on me. So we've got to hold it ridiculously tight, which I did. And then we got over to the reverse hypers, which, man, oh my God, they just destroyed me today. Or do I have another set of rows still? I don't know. Yeah, one more set of rows. And you guys remember what my back looked like when I was just down under 220. My back is probably bigger now. Okay, I've got more to back development now. So you guys go back to early October-ish, and you'll see a lot of that stuff. You realize, yeah, my back was pretty jacked when I'm a hair leaner. It's probably bigger now. So I mean, drop 12, 15 pounds, and I'm sure I'll have a pretty big V-taper back there. So back work's on point, though. Everything's flowing the way that I want it, and we'll try to keep getting better at those safety bar good mornings. Then this is, again, my current secret weapon. This is the hardest thing I do outside of the maxing, and it's because I'm pushing so hard on it. I've got another 10 on that other side that you can't see. I'm up to 350. I managed to do my 5 sets of 25 today. Now, I'm sticking with what Clint told me. Clint told me, if you guys don't know Clint, the House of Biceps. Clint Darden, the man. Someone I look up to, by the way. Known him a long time. I look up to him. He was my first YouTube hero right when I started. Like, he was my inspiration kind of to get into YouTube. And I've told him that since. And, you know, my channel grew way beyond his in size. But he was one of my inspirations. If I loved his channel, he was my favorite fitness channel when I first started. He only had a few thousand followers. This is like 8 years ago. Clint's awesome dude. Awesome dude. And, you know, you can't hate on that guy. He doesn't have a mean word to say about another human being on the face of the earth. And all he cared about is just helping people. Like, you can't hate that guy. Plus, he's stupidly strong. I mean, look at what the guy lifts after going through chemo. My God. In his 40s, too. I mean, you guys want to talk about me and Jason Robson and these other guys? Go look at Clint. Dude's in his 40s and been through chemo. Talking about deadlifting 730 in comp coming up as his goal. And he just gives free advice and helps people. So you want somebody that I look up to. There you have it. All around good dude. So, again, he's told me 425 for 5 sets of 25 is what I need to hit on my max effort, dynamic effort days on this, and I can go lighter on restoration. So I'm working at it so hard. And I managed to get 350 today. I'm trying to go up a little bit each time. But my back was so lit. I mean, I felt my hamstrings and I felt my glutes a lot, but my erectors, and I'm talking everything, it seemed almost like from my mid-back is what it feels like. I mean, I know it really is just below the rib cage. Everything was so lit and pumped from doing this that I was worried I wasn't going to be able to do the last 2 sets. And I managed to do them. But even now, I mean, I'm like 20 minutes after I finished filming right now. And my back is still pumped. It's not cramping or painful, but it is just so pumped. They just lit me up. Again, when you try to really push this exercise, because again, that's what he's told me. You got to get to 425. Because that's the calculation based on the calculations. That's what I'm going to do. Because, you know, I trust Clint's assessment of different lifts, and if he says that's what I need to do on this lift to have the deadlift that I want, and okay, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to make excuses. But this shit is tough. Anyone's like, oh, how hard could that be? It's like, dude, put 350 on a reverse hyper and try to do 25 reps. If you only deadlift 500 pounds, I promise you're not going to have a good day. But yeah, my God. But I know it's going to work because I can tell the way everything is working and what I feel. I guess that's that eccentric pull and the traction on it. I can feel everything working. And I know my deadlift's going to get stronger from doing this if I just keep pushing it hard enough. Right, got to get stupid strong at those good mornings for high reps. Stupid strong at this. Keep my grip strong. My deadlift will go up. And I think everything's going to go up. My squat, everything else. But a good workout. I was really humbled by the safety bar today, especially on a deep box. But the workout itself was great. Everything went about as well as could be expected. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.